Alright,
好了，
next, let's look
接
for
下来
Bronya
就一起去
together.
找 Bronya 吧。
Yeah, if she can use her
既
own
然无法使用
powers,
自己的
things
潜能，
must be
那么她的处境
not looking
恐怕也不会
optimistic
特别
for
乐观。
her. Yeah,
是啊，
Bronya thought about it for a long
Bronya 考虑了
time
很
whether
久，
Project Bunny should
要不要
catch
让
both
中
of
小
you in
兔
the
直接在
air.
空中接住你
After
们？
all, neither of
毕
you
竟你
looked
们在上面
nervous
的时
when
候
above.
看起来一点也
Long
不
time
紧
no
张。
see, Bronya.
好久不见了
May,
，Bronya。
it's been a
俩一
while.
起。好久不
Bronya,
见
why are you...
，Bronya。
Bronya
你是怎么？
strangely shook off the
只是
quantum
莫名其
shadows
妙就
and
甩掉了
strangely
谅解声音，
discovered that Bronya
而
could
后
detour
就
to
莫
the
名其妙地
spatial
发现我能
connection
绕到你
point
们背后的
behind the
空
two
间
of
连接
you.
点。莫名其
Strangely,
妙。
how to put it?
该怎么说
Bronya
呢？
feels like there's some form
Bronya
of
感觉自
guidance
己似
from
乎是受到了某
destiny.
种命运的引导。
Let's get back on track.
还是说
Since
会证
May
实
is
呢？
also here, then
既然
Bronya's
牙医也在这
prediction
里，
should be
那么
correct.
Bronya 的那个猜想
This
看来
is
是
an
正确
act
的。
targeted at
这是一场
Hershers.
针对绿者的行
Perhaps
动，
there are
或
others
许
who
还
are
有其他
trapped
人
here.
也受困于此。
Yes,
嗯，
and about
而
that,
且
I'm
关于这一
supposed to
点，
be
我姑且可以
informed.
算是知情者。
It's the
不然
world
是世界上
serpent. Yeah,
是的。
Raven said their project
杜
stigma
岩说
is
他们的
close
授
to
粉计划
completion.
已经近乎完
What?
成。
This
是吗？
is consistent with
这一
Kevin's
点
words in the
和
past.
凯文之前
He
的言
said he
行
was
也可以相
preparing
互
to
印证。
realize Project Stigma
他
and
说
had
自己
me
要准备
leave
实
World
现授
Serpent
粉计
on my
划，
own accord.
让我主动离开
But
世界
while I
上。
was leaving the
而
World
就在离开
Serpent, I
世界蛇
faced
的
a
路上，
mysterious
我受到了
disruption
某
and
种神
lost
秘的
my
干涉，
consciousness.
失去了自
If
己的
I'm
意
not
识。
mistaken, before I lost
如果在失去意
consciousness,
识前，我没有听错的话，
I'm afraid our
恐怕我们眼下的处
situation
境
might be
应
related
该
to
与
their
他们的
agent
干部
Hair.
与兔有关。
But as to how she managed
但
to
他
do
究竟是
that,
如何
I'm
做到
also
这
in
一
the
点的，
dark.
我也同样一无
But
所知。
according to Bronya, are you also
根据
able to
Bronya 刚
feel
才的
that
说
vague
法，
guidance from the
你
Sea
们
of
也能在这量
Quanka?
子之海里意识到那种若有若无的引导吗？
I have yet to exert any influence on her.
很奇
How
怪，
strange, it's
他一直在
constantly
尝试
guiding
引
me
导我前往某
towards
个
a
地方，
particular
但又
place,
模糊不
yet it's
清，
ambiguous, as if
似
it
乎并
doesn't
不想
want
被
us
人
to
发
find
觉。
out.
如果不是前来阻碍的
If
量
it
子之眼
were
越来越
not
多，
for those growing
我
quantum
恐怕会
shadows
一
in
直
the
按照他的
way,
引导前进了。
although
虽
I
然不
can't
能
be
确定我们
sure
所意
that
识
we're
到的
sensing
是
the
不是
same
同一种存
entity,
在，
but if there's no other
但如
way,
果给
I'm
我
willing
他
to
法，
try. What about you
我愿
guys?
意一试。
Or
你们呢？
rather, we only
不如
managed to
说，
gather
我们
together
正是
because
顺着
we
那种引
follow
导
the
才
sky.
顺利汇合到
In
原
that
处。
case, it's worth
既然
following
如
that
此，
feeling.
顺着那种感觉试试看，就肯定是值得的。
So, what exactly is the guide you've been talking
所
about?
以，你们所说的引导究
To
竟
be
是什么？
precise, it's an artificial space opening
准确
that
来
can
说，
only be
应该是一
noticed
种
by
人为
people
制
with
造
a
的空间
particular
扩展，
experience.
但却只能被拥
For
有特定经
example,
验的人
here.
察觉。譬如说，这里。
If I don't think
如果
like
我不换上爱丽
Alicia,
西亚的习
I'll
惯，
never be able to
或者
sense
说
this place is
思维方
off.
式，我恐怕就无法察觉到这里的异常。
Alicia,
爱丽
is
西
she
亚
one of the world
是世界蛇的
serpent?
人吗？
She's one of the
是烛
13
火
flame
13年前的一
chasers.
员，
She fought alongside
他和班
Fuhua
长
and
还有
Kevin
凯
in the
文
past.
都并肩作战过，也是
She's also a friend I
我最近认识的
recently
朋友。
made. This is a
而
corner
这里的
Pardo
话，
would keep in
就是帕
mind.
朵会常常留意的角落了。
I don't know
都是没
them,
听过的名
May.
字啊。
Sounds like you've
牙
made
医，
many new
看来你
friends
交到了很多新朋友。
and parted
也送
with
别了
many
很多
new
新朋友。
friends. Oh, it's the positive kind.
是
So
积极
you
意义上
didn't
的，
worry about me.
所以你不必太为我担心。
Of course not.
当然不会啦，
I can tell
因为牙医现在
you
的心
feel
情很充实嘛。
fulfilled. Same feeling as we face the Sea of
和面对海原
Quanta.
之眼时的感觉一
Indeed,
样，
the
这
crevice
的确
that
是连
connects
通不同
different
世界道
bubble
的联系，
universes
也
marks
同样存在人为的痕迹
showing
吗？
this
现在还
place
无法
has been
判断，
tampered with?
不过可以
Can't
猜
tell
得到。
right now.
那
Shall
立
we
刻
get
出发
going
去
right
试试
away?
看吗？
I'm
恐怕别无他
afraid
法。
we have no other choice, but we
与之
need to
前
be
相比，
even more
现
wary
在的我们
compared to
更应当
before.
保持警惕。
Yes,
的
in the
确，
universe ahead,
对面的
there
世
may
界
be
中，
variables
或许
beyond
就
our
存在着我们完全无
capabilities,
法应对的变数。
but When it comes to facing a foreign universe, we're all veterans, aren't we? A foreign universe. Because of the method she had taken, May had a vague premonition about what's behind the door. Perhaps we'll be having a lot more reunions today. This was the other side of the door. Beneath her was the bleak lunar soil, caging her were steep cliffs, and above her was a boundless darkness that seemed to have devoured the starlight, and this was only one of countless pits outside the main base. Empty, silent, strange, and even the frigid atmosphere could not harm the beauty of the sight. But one thing surprised her. Why was everything completely still in the eyes of the visitor who came earlier due to her gift? Ah, I finally got out of that blasted place. The Sea of Quanta. Why was I thrown into it? And even though she was the Hersh of sentience, as a wisp of thought, she could not hold out her hand to feel her energy trickling away through muscle fibers. Still, she knew one thing for sure: she had lost half her authority. Is it that old-timer's fault again? Whatever, she's such a try-hard. We have our own problems. I'll figure out what's happening to me first. This is a real universe through and through. Who in the world could have done something so outrageous? Before that, by following certain guidance, she entered this world. Similar to Mei, who would come soon after, that guidance was enough to make Hersh of sentience, who possessed all of Fuhua's memory, realize this bubble universe was perhaps located 50,000 years ago in time. Yet there was more to the nature of that guidance. Air, sound, and even light were in perfect stillness, as if a supreme being had pressed the pause button. If she was not the avatar of sentience, she would likely have lost mobility like them. Could that guidance actually be a call for help? Why bother thinking when I'm already here? I can see for myself. I can't be stopped anyway. Unlike the girls who were yet to come, although her power was restricted, it still allowed her to extend intangible spiritual synapses to interact with her surroundings more efficiently. Only 3/10 of my power left? And this feeling, could it be? The feeling of stagnation inside her gave her an idea of the loss of power, but she soon rejected it. Impossible. Nobody stronger than me, the Hersh of sentience, on the sentient level. She could not see it, but she could feel it through metal. It was a pilot. Fixed in place with the whole world. What an unlucky bastard. He probably doesn't know why he's here. Nah, it can't hurt to try. She extended her synapses through the metal and enveloped the pilot inside. The Hersh of sentience could still read minds with ease. Oh, you don't look your age. Let me take a close look. What? The instant they connected, a familiar yet revolting feeling made her gasp and cut their spiritual link. His mind is blank.
这家伙的意识
The moment they
失控了。
connected, memories gushed toward her. Yet, contrary to Fu Hua's tide of memory, his constrained nothing. It was only a pure emotion wrapped in the void. Although her quick reaction saved her from repeating the mistake, but the vast void stood for left her speechless. Since this place felt still, this person had been stuck in an immobile body while awake, until his consciousness wore away into nothingness, leaving only his emotion. How torturous would that be? Even someone with a mind like her was repulsed by the thought of it. And that was not the most surprising thing. He, after everything he's gone through, the last emotion he had
怎么在有过
was
这种经历的情
hope.
况下，让我最后感受到的
How
是
is
希
that
望？
possible?
这
The
怎么可能？
inconceivably long restraint destroyed his willpower, yet its residue is still burning with hope. Seemingly, after innumerable years of suffering, in the last moment of his mind, he remained faithful in a light that never came. Is he insane? What gave him such
他这是疯了不
confidence?
成？
Or
谁给了他
he
这种
isn't
理
just
解？
anyone, he was
或者
affected by
他根本
swora
就不是普
or
通
even
人，
discipline.
受过神阴，
I
或
should
者
look
刚才过戒律。
elsewhere. I feel
再
more
去其他地方
lives
看看
just
吧。
now.
刚才感受到的活物应该不止这家伙一个。 还
Everyone's
真是
fixed
所有
in
人都被定
place.
在了原地。
Having learned from the last encounter, she carefully touched the other mind to avoid another dam burst. The Hersher understandably disdained such prudence. If only
要
I'm...
不是我现在，
What? It was exactly the same as the last mind. There was not a speck of awareness, only a tenacious hope. Mad. They're all mad.
疯了，都疯了。不知
Is
道人类
this
只要
what
疯够几
everyone
万
who's
年，
been mad for tens of
就都
thousands
会
of
变成
years
这种样子。
becomes?
我
I've
以前
never
可从
seen
未
or
见
heard
到过，
anything like
也从
this.
没听说过。
It was true that the deepest despair can often nurture the most unrealistic hope, because by then, humans would have nothing better to do. But her familiarity with awareness led her to a discovery. No, no, no.
不对，不对，不对，他
They
们是在
believe
相信
in
着什么具
something
体的东西，
concrete
又或
or
者
a specific
相信着什
person.
么具体的人。
Even in brief, she more or less felt a sign of it. The hope was clearly directional and sustained by a concrete being. And how is this
这怎
possible?
么可能啊？
Two superstitious
你死之
living
前迷信
deaths.
成这样，
That's what I call
倒不如说这两个
bonkers.
活死人是真的疯了。
However, as shown in the past, nothing has sparked her curiosity more than the unreasonable qualities of humans. She may not want to destroy what others believe in, but whenever they showed unusually strong beliefs in external things, she would get competitive for no reason. She had to prove those things were unreliable. I get humans can be fanatic about ideals, but people and an object, really? Show
我
me.
倒要看看。
Hoping to find the source of this hope, she reached into the mind again. Strange, it's nearby,
就在这附
and
近，
it's really a human.
的确是个人。
The thing in front of her, which used to be a human, seemed more pathetic than ever. If that person stuck here like you,
既然对方
what
也被困
good
在这
does
里，
believing
那相信
do?
又能有什么用？我也会和你们一样才对嘛。
You place your trust
这
in
可
the
算是
wrong
托号子
guy.
管财，信错人了。
Since I'm
反正来都
here,
来
I
了，
might as
我
well
倒是不
deliver
介意
your
大发慈悲
souls.
超度下你们。
But before that,
不过
I want to
在
meet
那
this
之前，
supposedly
我先去看
captivating
看那个被如
person.
此迷信的人究竟是何方神圣好了。
Just like that, a nobody. She felt disappointed. It was inevitable. This person could not look more average. Yet to her surprise, she also felt a kind of anger. For what reason? She asked because as a herder of sentience, just as she easily sensed the lingering hope a moment ago, she could also the other feelings in a human brain. Such as a despair that was the exact opposite of hope and too thick to dispel was overflowing from the woman in front of her. She could not understand which angered her. Someone who was deeply trusted, who existed alone, could inspire hope in those consciousness that was dying. Someone like that sank into despair and apparently gave up in the same situation. For her to have sentience, it was undoubtedly revolting. Fine, then let me and them see your
那就
ugliness.
让他们看看你的丑态。
If you're failing them like this, considering the power she could still channel, she was certain that she could resist the effect of repeated contact. But as she approached the other's body with fighting for justice in her mind, she did not remember a key that she should have. Although the samples were insufficient, so far the absolute trust this woman displayed appeared to be a common phenomenon along certain group back then, back in the era that Hua had witnessed. When she saw the other's face, it was already too late psychologically. Oh well, that great herder of sentience thought, no need to argue with these old fogies. Hurry up and normalize this world, then head to the next world. With that said, she snapped her fingers lightly. Although it was a mental gesture, it immediately took conspicuous effect. The unknown power that enveloped the bubble universe and plunged it into stagnation quickly subsided, seemingly fearful of her. And then the air, the gears, and all factors began moving again. But this isn't right. Shut up, let me finish. I was about to go, then I bumped into you. A handful of monsters kept you from finding that door. Huh, is this a joke? Admit it, you can't do anything without me. That concluded her flashback. The girls who followed the guidance here had joined her. All existing Herschers were imprisoned in a special bubble universe. Their speculations was verified. In the meantime, she briefed them on this moon bubble universe, without telling them she has sparkled false information in, of course. Dr. May, not everything she said was true, is it?
梅博士，
In any case, it's your arrival that brought this dusty bubble universe to a spurt of
让这个被
activity
尘封的
right
世界
before
跑
its
在灭亡前的
demise.
一瞬，得到了回光返照。
How the process is documented doesn't matter as long as the results align. And so, as the only witness did not object to the statement made by Herschel of sentience, it became increasingly difficult to discern what was right. But either way, when the girls entered this bubble universe, the first people they saw were the strangely acquainted Herschel of sentience and Dr. May. No, that's not all
我好
I'm
奇的倒不
curious
全是这
about.
个。
Herschel of
是这个。
sentience, why are
你怎么？
Why do you do everything this maid says? Why do you look so much like her subordinate? Having read between the lines, she looked around and walked unnaturally to May's side to assert herself. Yet she knew this was temporary. As soon as she relaxed, she would display reverence and reliance again, just like those pathetic minds trapped in bodies for tens of thousands of years. It's only because the old-timer's
还不懂是因为那老古董的潜意识
subconsciousness
太随
is
波逐流。
But she's a weird fella.
这家伙
The
也
very
真是
moment
怪。
I saw her,
我看到他的那时候，那个瞬间，
forget it. Don't fuss about minor details. I suppose you have more important things to
你
ask?
们应该还有更重要的事要问吧？
You're right about that.
这倒也没错
All
呢。
right, Herschel of
好吧，
sentience.
使之律
We'll
者。
save our questions
关
about
于你
you
的
for
问题
later.
先放在一边。
I've heard so much about you, Dr. May.
久仰
Now
大
I
名，
know
梅
where
博
the
士。
guidance came from.
现在我总算知道，那种引导从何而来
You
了。
planted beacons in that section of Sea of Quanta
原本就有你
beforehand.
预先设置的道
Furthermore,
标
to prevent monsters from
并且
following them,
为了防止
they're
怪物
designed
们
to be
顺着道标蜂
detectable
拥而
only
入，
to a certain
它们被设计
mindset,
成只能被特定的思维方式所察觉。
which is how Herschel
这
of
就是我和
sentience
石之
and
律
I
者寻
found
得
the
道
way.
果的手段。
A fair assessment.
很中肯的评
We've
价。
long known that this
我们早已
world
知
we
晓自己
reside in
栖
is
身的所
merely
谓
a
世
bubble
界，
that might burst
仅仅
at
是
any
一个不知
second.
何时就要彻底破灭的泡
To
沫。
escape the written
为
ending,
了逃脱寂静
aside
的
from
结局，
resisting Honkai, we've also
正如你们所
integrated
见，
the zone of
除了抵
uncertainty
抗
in
魔
a
法的影
section
响
of
之
the
外，
Sea of Quanta
我们
into
也
the
将一
world
小
bubble
片量子之海
universe.
中的不确定地带纳入了世界泡本身。
We opened a crack
我们曾
there
从
and
那里
sent
打开
out
缺
probe
口，
after probe to
派
seek
遣出
hope.
各式各样
The
的探测
guidance you
器，
discovered is part of
去为
this
自己寻回
project.
希望。你们所发现的引导，也正是此类布置的一环。
But there's another kind of
但是，
guidance, isn't
还
there?
存在着第二种引导。
Yes, planting ideas is
释迦心
undeniably
意暗示，
the ability of
那毫
Herschel
无
of
疑问是石之律者的能
sentience.
力。
To be honest, I'm
但据实
surprised
而
we're
言，
working together.
能达成这种合作，我自己也非常意外。
After all,
毕
we're
竟彼此
not
不是
from
同
the
一个
same
世界的
world.
人。
Hua was willing to
明明
use
只
her
是初
power
次
as I
见面，
suggested when
哇
we first
就
met,
愿意按我的
which
建
I'm
议使
deeply
用自己的
grateful
力量。
for.
对此，我深表
Hua?
感激。
Hey,
Hua?
you!
我你
How many times have I told you to stop calling me by that lame name?
别用那个老土的名字叫
Have
我。
you?
嗯，
Okay, shall I
你说过
call
吗？
you Santi in
好吧。
accordance to your habit?
那就还是按照你自己的习惯，
Santi?
叫你小石了。
You!
小石，
What habit? I never called myself
伤
that.
了我的习惯，我可没这样自称过。
Back to our topic then.
好了，还是继续我
Now
们
that
之
you
前的
know
话
the
题吧。
general
基
situation,
本的情况，各位已经
regarding
有
my
所了解。
proposal, what's your
那
say?
么，关于我的提议，
As
你
I
们考虑的
said,
如
my
何？
transaction is over.
如前所
For
说，
both parties, that
我
was the
曾经
last
进行的
golden
那场交易已
opportunity.
经结束。对于当时的双方来说，那都是
But
最
it
后
is
的
your
良机。
transaction that makes it
但让我们
difficult
实
for
是无
us
法
to
相
trust
信的，
you. According to you, after realizing you're in a bubble universe, you agree the conditions of the successor to the moth in the proper world, which is now known as World Serpent. The bubble universe would be sealed for preservation at the cost of being turned into a tool entirely. You can construe it as such. If that's the case, I'm afraid you need to explain the part I don't understand. In what way can such an unfair deal benefit you and your people? Time. I believe every problem has a solution, but I wasn't able to find one then. Making this transaction can preserve this dying bubble universe until they realize their plan, and in turn give me time to deduce fate. Despite the fact that you'll be thinking in paralysis and your people will be vegetated. It's better than having no chance at all. Every one of them agreed to it. Of course, I know this isn't a decision people make under normal circumstances. You may think I should have chosen death instead. But you can't deny the conclusion I drew by thinking is helpful to you. If you think my statement is one-sided, Santi is here, and she appears to know you quite well. You can ask her to read my mind. Now you're putting up an act. Weren't you emanating an air of desperation before I came? To be fair, she hasn't lied to us. Wait, I told you not to call me that. I'm not a kid. Then would Hua be a better name? Since you called it a transaction, then you should know which tool World Serpent intends to turn this place into better than I. A place of exile. After Project Sigma is initiated, the beings it can destroy immediately, namely existing Herschers, will be sealed here until the project is completed. They fell into silence as expected. They had previously learned this new facet of Project Sigma from May as well. Now they could confirm they were stranded. It's fine, I understand. You aren't prepared for this. I won't force you to trust a stranger, but as I see it, trusting me is your only way out. If we join hands, you can return to the proper world, and my bubble universe will get a chance to be redeemed.